But honestly, it was the best decision I've ever made in my life.
Hello everybody, my name is Michelle and I'm currently a fourth year studying data analytics, but I was pre-med before, but I quit. And that is why I'm making this video. I want to share the reason why I quit, the emotional struggles that I faced, and all the positive changes that have happened after. Before I continue with this video, I am pretty tired, so I'm gonna go grab coffee and sit for a bit because it's really humid and I'm starting to sweat a bit. So let's go. 아이스 아메리카노 하나 주세요.
I also have to talk a little bit quiet because this entire cafe is quiet and I don't want to be that one person that is talking loud, but I also don't want to leave, but I'll try my best to talk into the mic. Let's first talk about why I quit pre-med. It all started when I went into my biology class and I would just start crying, like just out of nowhere. I would sit down, class didn't even start. The professor was asking how our weekend was, I think, and I just started crying. And honestly, I had no reason to. The professor was great. I learned a lot from him. Yeah, I was just not happy. And that's when I knew I kind of had to make a change. My school had like some counseling services and it was free. I was like, I'm not in like desperate of need, but it would be nice to talk to someone about this because I don't know why I'm like this. I had my third one after I cried and my therapist said, you have a dark cloud over your head. And during that season, one of my friends was like, Michelle, would you become a doctor for free? And I was like, no, why would anyone do that? I realized that this was just the start of the next 15 years of my life of studying, taking exams, studying, taking exams. That was like my sophomore year of college. And honestly, I just knew that if I don't switch right now, then it would be too late. Thankfully, I just did it because I was just so sad and I really didn't like being sad. So I knew I had to make a change, so that's what I did. I switched my major to data analytics. Now that's another story. Why did I switch? Because I was going for the chemistry major with a pre-med track. Chemistry and data analytics had similar lower div, and the more I researched, I realized that I can graduate early. I've always wanted to become a doctor since I was 5 years old. And the fact that I had to give that up, that was a big decision for me. But honestly, it was the best decision I've ever made in my life. And if I could go back, I would do it again. But that was the first step of me making a huge decision in how I am now where I'm at, drinking my iced Americano with no stress. But honestly, please keep in mind that I have so much respect for every single student that is trying to become a doctor because I know how hard it is. I couldn't do it. I was very humbled that I couldn't do it. So if you are trying to become a doctor, you're having a hard time, I know you can do it. I don't want this video to make you feel like you can't do it because I know you can. I just think my calling is to do something else. Becoming a doctor was definitely not one of it. And I had to learn that the hard way. The emotional struggles, oh my gosh, it was tough. When I say that I chose data analytics, I didn't choose it because I wanted to. I always grew up thinking that if you're gonna go to college, go to learn a hard skill. That is just probably like an Asian immigrant mindset, I don't know. And I chose my specific college because I wanted to become a doctor and they just have a great program, but if I switch, it's like, what's the whole point of me choosing an expensive school? So I knew I had to learn a hard skill or choose a major that was going to be worth it. I knew I wasn't going to like it because I remember taking a coding class in high school and I just, oh my gosh, even thinking about it hurts my head. And because I did the calculations of me graduating early, I was like, okay, it can't be that bad. So I chose it. But oh my gosh, coding was another level of stress, but this was for like 2 years max, so I was like, I'm just gonna do it. And also I think switching majors in my sophomore year was hard because I didn't have community. For pre-med, I had my solid group of friends I studied with for chemistry, biology, physics. But once I switched my major, it was kind of hard because I don't know the students that are in my class, and I was actually taking classes with freshmen. And then I eventually took this one class called Big Data. I think everyone knew how much I did not like that class. I would cry in front of my professor. If you're watching this, you're an awesome professor, but that class was so hard and it humbled me. Oh my gosh. So I think I struggled that way. Like emotionally, is this worth it? Like, should I just drop out of school? It was like a whole thing. But then eventually, by the grace of God, I passed. That entire class, we bonded. That's when we just struggled together because we were challenged on another level. Not gonna lie, we all needed that challenge. We had this lecture hall we would always go to. There was a time we were there until 1 a.m. and my professor also stayed there until 1 a.m. and he was just helping us. Let's just say like that was like another level of pain that I've never experienced. But the fact that that was a short time, like 1 semester compared to like 10 years, that's what made me keep going. And so, you know, you gotta choose your battles. And then the next year I took artificial intelligence. That was like another thing. Just every single semester that I had a coding class, I hated it. This past semester, I took 21 units because I'm trying to graduate early. I'm actually studying abroad in South Korea right now. And so in order to do this, I knew I had to take all of my like upper divs this past semester. I actually thought I was going to fail. I mean, it makes sense that I didn't have a great time at my home college because how busy I was, and I would always prioritize work. And so I was always saying no to friends or hangouts because I wanted to get this done. But honestly, because mentally I was so drained already from the previous semester, taking 21 units was just not helping either. Like if I think about it, that was less than 2 years, and if I didn't quit, right now I would be studying for the MCAT or applying to medical school. But right now, the fact that I get to share this with people, I think that's also a gift. Also, I get to drink my Americano. Okay, a final angle. And before I move on, I just want to say after I quit, I had a lot of uncertainties, but because I'm very career driven, I knew I had to just keep going. As much as I didn't know what I was doing, doors started to open. And even though I had to go through so many struggles, like just having to finish a major that I did not enjoy at all, and let me tell you all the positive changes that have happened in my life. Number one, I want to say my mental health. I've become so much more confident. I would say less competitive in a way. When I was pre-med, I was really just always focused on competing with my friends or my classmates because medical school is so competitive and not everyone's gonna get in. Mentally, that really took a toll on me where I couldn't trust people. But after I finally switched and joining a class where all of us just struggled together, I realized community is what I really value. I started enjoying these teamworks and helping each other through the struggles. I've created amazing relationships with my classmates and I still keep in touch with them while I'm studying abroad. And I think that's what I really valued. Number two, I guess it's not a positive change, but it's a positive opportunity that have come up, which was studying abroad. I'm Korean American, but growing up, I was always curious about Korean history or the story of my grandparents. And I knew that I wouldn't have this opportunity to spend time with my extended family and learn our family's history. And number three, I would say independence. After leaving my home college and studying abroad, and I'm graduating this December, and I lived alone over the summer. I'm technically living alone away from my family right now. I think I'm just learning how to say no to a lot of things, realizing the things that I like and I don't. And I used to overthink a lot about my identity or how others perceive me. But honestly, I'm slowly working towards just understanding myself. I'm starting to just take risks and do things that I want. I've been wanting to make this video just because I want to look back at this in about 5 years and see where I'm at and see how much I've grown. And hopefully I can share more insight with you guys of my experiences of being in college and just in life. I also have a new name for my subscribers, which is Mishrooms. So if you want to be a Mishroom, make sure to subscribe and like this video. Hopefully if people watch this, they get inspired and encouraged that it's okay to quit. I'm gonna finish drinking my Americano, go back to school, and continue being a student. So I'll see you later. Bye.